Hey man, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. As about to go over the Saints pick as the Saints had their first round draft pick as they selected Kelvin Banks, offensive lineman, offensive tackle out of Texas. As you can see here, as NFLDraftBuzz.com. Depends on where you go. Hold on. Get it. There. All right, there it goes. All right, there it's back. All right, so yeah, Kelvin Banks was a third rated offensive tackle in the draft. So behind Will Campbell and Armand Nembu. So both those two players went before Kelvin Banks. So I know it's not a flashy pick for the Saints, but it was a very needed pick as you saw with their offensive line. Last season when Eric McCoy went down, offensive line went to shit. They had to move people around. Who knows what happened with Trevor Penning. They didn't pick up his option. So Trevor Penning might be his last year with the Saints next year. And but I thought Penning played better than what last year than what I thought he played better than I thought he was going to be. But Penning's still a project, but. Hopefully Penny maybe can improve, and when we'll have with Fuaga, McCoy, Ruiz, and Banks, and Penny, we'll have five guys that we can count on in the offensive line because if you don't have an offensive line, man, you're not going to be good in the NFL. No, just Saints proved it last year. When offensive line went down, it just was awful. Look at the Bengals; they can't protect Joe Burrow, so you gotta have an offensive line. Let's look at some tape from. Let's see if it will work. There we go. All right. Let's look at some tape from Mr. Kelvin Banks. I apologize. My neighbor is cutting his grass. So, all right. Let's see. There we go. It's working. It's working. All right. Let's still going to highlight this block in here. These are really, really talented offensive lineman, something that the Saints really, really desperately need because if we can't protect our quarterback, we're not going to be good next year. I don't care if Derek Carr's our quarterback. I don't care if it's Spencer Rattler, Jake Hayner, who knows? But no, I know a lot of people were just unhappy with the pick because it's not that flashy pick. Why didn't you get Shedeur Sanders? But what if they get Shedeur Sanders at number 40? A lot of teams pass on the whole first round, pass it on Shedeur Sanders. So what if the Saints are able to get him? What if the Saints are able to get him at 40? Would that appease the masses? We'll see. But I mean, for the Saints, I thought this was a good pick for the Saints. And so I have to skip that. Oh, that was it. Okay, that was it. All right, short video. All right, man. Yeah. So the Saints draft. Kelvin Banks out of Texas. Like I said, I thought this was a good pick for the Saints. I thought it was a pick that they needed, a position of need. That's all I wanted in this draft, especially in the first round. If they get somebody in a position of need, because they need a whole bunch. They need offensive linemen. They need defensive linemen, defensive. They need edge rushers. Maybe we can get one in the second round coming up. They need secondary help. I like the Tyler Warren pick if they went that route, but they didn't go that route. I think that we need a pass catching tight end, especially in the red zone. Just not sold on Jawan Johnson. But all in all, I thought this was a good pick for the Saints as they get up. I know. I saw some graded an F because they didn't get Shedeur Sanders. They got a C, a B. I mean, grading drafts before they can play a down. NFL is just makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, when you grade a draft, you grade it on total potential. But I thought if you want to grade this draft on the Saints of what they needed, it's an A because they needed offensive linemen. But you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next video.